let me quickly start this Tableau program. To give a background, Tableau, I'm not going to right? The next one is normally if you are getting any Excel sheet or some kind of data, right? You need to convert into chart or dashboard so anybody can understand your data. So that is the intention, right? It is not just numbers. It is about multiple insights. You can create multiple charts or dashboards or kind of storyline also with this tool. That is the differentiator in this BI tools. And basically Tableau is capable of connecting any kind of data sources. You can think about from CSV, which is very normal in the industry. You can connect CSV to any kind of data source. It can connect to Excel sheets, it can connect to CSV, it can connect to normal text file also. And it can connect to any databases like Oracle or MongoDB, or you can name it any databases. It can connect with those kind of databases, including it can connect cloud data sources as well. And it supports multiple formats like pipe delimiter, comma delimiter, double quotes delimiter. So it can support anything. So it's like industry standard connectors are available with this tool. If you have any questions, you can type in chat window so that I can gather those questions and answer in the end. I hope this slide is clear. So I'll move to next slide. Why Tableau? Why we need to learn Tableau? It is very user friendly. In terms of, I tried multiple BI tools in my career. This is one of the intuitive tool. You can, without any understanding, you can just go and try that menu, because what you think that will be there already. So that kind of tool can do anything with this tool in terms of without a with basic understanding, you can do this. So that kind of very easy tool, I can say. You can learn also very fast. Second one is this is very, very powerful visualization components inbuilt with this tool. What I mean here, for example, if you are planning to use this tool for any industry, just take automobile industry. You no need to show as a number. You can show as an icon. So the impact will be much if you are showing number or if you are showing as an icon. For example, 100 car selling. You put 100 cars. You put 100 cars, or you put 100 number, which will be more impact. You can put car icon, right? Or you can, how many passengers traveled in a time. You can do multiple visualization. Instead of just showing number, you can give the guys which traveled in that particular time period in a different visualization method. So that is so easy and customizable from this tool. That's what I'm trying to say. Not just number, you can do multiple chart with icons. And this is basically in-memory tool. What it means? It will load the data in RAM, and from there you can do all your analysis. I'm not going into deep. What I'm trying to say, whatever data you are handling, that will get loaded into in-memory. So your analysis will be much faster compared to other tools. And in the previous slide, we covered this. It's very easy to integrate with any data sources, from CSV to any databases, including cloud. So that kind of integration it has. And interactive dashboard, what it means. In general, corporates has multiple department and multiple levels of team members. So no need to create hundreds and thousands of dashboard. You can create a generalized dashboard and give customized role-based access. That is possible with this tool. And whatever they want to take, they can take without IT department's help or developer's help. They can do filtrations, they can do set whatever they want to do, basically to handle the data. That is possible via this particular tool itself or Tableau itself. And whatever data they need to take, they can take without of much dependency with other department. It is easy. Real-time update means I'm going to cover this in another slide again. Real-time updates, it can be connected with any direct data sources. What I mean here, just imagine Uber or Ola. Car is moving from one place to another place. The data is coming to Uber or Ola data center, and it can immediately get shared with the end user. Now, whatever you are seeing in a mobile. So where car driver available, where passenger available, it is getting real-time updates, right? The same way you will get all your data in a real time, right? That kind of capability inbuilt with this tool. So you can directly connect with your any data sources, including IoT devices, I can say. Data storytelling, this is another good feature available in Tableau. This we tried multiple times in our past experience. What it means, you have data, you have multiple source of data, you have to tie those data or marry those data to create good insight. And whenever you are going to present to higher management or anybody who is from not from the technical end, you have to build a story, right? Why you are bringing this data, what kind of insights it's giving, and how can you use this data. All this information, you can create a storyline. This tool has capability, again, to create that kind of storylines. Like a picture, you can create from your data to story. That is possible. Collaboration and sharing, this is another good tool in terms of collaboration. If you have multiple developers working at the same time, and if you have multiple end users working at the same time, you can use this single platform to do development as well as multiple end user share from the same tool to kind of role-based access or other concepts. You can do collaboration of development as well as sharing of your data. That is possible. And nowadays, all BI tools comes with the mobile capability. This tool also has nice capability. That means, think about any executives or who were traveling frequently. They no need to carry all the laptops to see all your dashboards. On the go, they can see dashboards via mobile application. Few other tools also available can support the similar kind of mobile capability, but Tableau is enhanced their capability in a different way. So whatever look and feel what you are seeing in a web or in a bigger screen, in a TV or laptop, the same thing you can get in your mobile. The look and feel will be very much similar that you may not get in other BI tools. I tried few other tools also. We faced challenges. Tableau is much better, I can say. So these are all the capabilities it has actually. That's why we are thinking about Tableau. But if you see with other industry players, you can see very much similar kind of features as well, right? Why we need to go to Tableau? You can see two bigger players in this BI area. One is, I hope you can see this. There are two market leaders. One is Microsoft, which is Power BI. Second one is Tableau. This is purely for data visualization. These two guys are eating market like anything. Third one is Click. Zoho Analytics is now picking up. These guys are doing very good job nowadays. And Domo is another good tool, industry specific. So these few tools are named tools in the industry. Cost wise, Zoho Analytics is much uh, easy to get, or I can say it is cheaper in terms of pricing. But in terms of features, the Microsoft BI has super rich feature. Next is Tableau. Tableau is actually costlier. Click also a good tool. So these are all the few named tools, which if you want, you can try it out also. Fine. So why I showed this? Why Tableau? You have few choices. If you want to take a moderate step, you can definitely consider Tableau. That's why I showed this particular slide. This is Gartner report on January 2023. That means it is very latest report from BI point of view. I'll move to next slide. Yeah. So basically, this is three-tier architecture you can think of. We have a Tableau server, which holds all the data, which holds all your business logic. Tableau desktop is your, you can think about development environment, right? And server holds all your business logic and data. You can create logic in two ways. One, you can keep it in server. Another one, you can keep it in desktop, like filters and others. Once you created, you are planning to schedule this report, you can move it to server. From server, this data will get are distributed to other desktop users, web users, or mobile users as well. So you can see, look and feel maybe very much similar in this case. So it is simple three-tier architecture. You can think of one desktop, one server, and clients, multiple clients. So this is very interesting slide in terms of detailed discussion. Tableau is not a one product. Tableau is a bundle of products, bundle of services you can think of. One is Tableau Prep Builder. You can think of it as kind of ETL tool. Just to give a background, you have multiple data sources. Just imagine you have customer data, sales data, payment data. You can club these things in a single table based on certain logic, customer ID or whatever it is. So you can do this ETL. That means you can extract the data, transform the data, and upload the data, load the data, right? All these things can be possible with this Tableau Pro. When Tableau released, this tool was not there. Everything you have to do in from outside your system itself. Now they are giving this particular tool, which is very easy and convenient for you to start data preparation. Just to give an example, you are getting date of birth. From date of birth, you have to identify what is the age. It is simple calculation, right? Today days minus date of birth, so is equal to your how many days, then you are going to convert in a year, so you will get an age. That kind of logic you can build with this Tableau Pro. It is very easy. Why we have to do here? Why can't we do in Tableau desktop? Yes, we can do in desktop as well, but you are going to load your desktop for all your logics. What I told is simple logic. There may be n number of logics in real business scenario. if you want to build those logics, desktop will get crashed sometime. So whatever logic, you can keep it outside from your Tableau desktop. That is easy for business or convenient. So you can create all your logics in Tableau Prep, and this can be scheduled as well. This is directly connecting from source system and pull all the data, create business logic, and push it to Tableau. So this is very easy to use tool actually. Next one is Tableau Desktop. Tableau Desktop, you can think about any particular ID for coder or developer. So whatever data you are getting, you can create a visualization with this Tableau Desktop. This is again very easy. You have to know very simple basic understanding about this tool. What is what? Then day one itself you can do your developmental activities. So that kind of very easy tool it is. Then next one is Tableau Public. Tableau Public is a free version. There are two free products available from the Tableau. One is Tableau Public and the other one is Tableau Reader. These two are the free products. Why it is free? It is free because somebody wants to learn Tableau, they can directly go and log in with the Tableau Public and do their development or try your own dashboards. You can use this, but the only condition is they can delete data anytime. It is up to them. You cannot really run any enterprise level application here. This is just for learning purpose or community building purpose, nothing else much. Whatever data loading you are loading here may not be confidential. Anybody can access your Tableau data. So that is the catch with this Tableau public version. Then Tableau Server Online. This is very much similar to your Tableau Desktop. Tableau Desktop is your desktop version. Just imagine you have your Microsoft Office in your desktop or laptop. That is equivalent to your Tableau Desktop. If you are using Office 365 by any case, that is Tableau Online. Means you no need to install anything in your desktop. You just open Tableau Online and start using your Tableau. This again enterprise grade. Whatever you can use in a Tableau desktop, the same thing available in your Tableau Online as well. The only advantage is you no need to install, and this is cloud version. This can work much faster way in terms of load. For example, you have desktop which is 8 GB or 16 GB RAM, may not hold much data. Here, if you are using online, you can extend this. Our system itself can handle your load. So that is the advantage you will get in online. Then Tableau Mobile. Tableau Mobile is kind of reader. You cannot create anything. It is just for viewable purpose. Whatever dashboard you are developing in Tableau dashboard, Tableau desktop or Tableau online, that can be viewable in your Tableau mobile. Tableau Reader is another tool. You can, for just comparison, you can think of Acrobat Reader, right? This is read-only tool, but here you can do simple things like you can use filters. You can do some kind of basic stuff with this Tableau Reader. Not much. This is again a free tool. Who are creating dashboards, they can publish as a Tableau Reader so that end user can access this data without any cost. Right? Basically, this is another just UI tool where you can read all your data set. That's all, nothing much. Then APIs. API is nothing but very specific related to Tableau. Whatever data you are keeping in your Tableau server, that can be accessed via APIs. So this is a normal API, but no need of any UI. You can directly hit to Tableau server and get all your data sets. That's the way. There are totally seven products are available. I can say 8. Tableau server is different, online is different. In terms of server, this can hold all your controls. What I mean here, for example, in a developer community, you have team lead, you have reviewer, you have developer, you have many levels, right? If you want to configure those levels for access purpose, you can go and configure in a Tableau server. And if you want to publish your report on a daily basis, maybe morning 8 o'clock, I have to run my report and share with my CEO. Just imagine. Or I have to run some report which I need to schedule to my ground team, maybe in an email, or maybe SMS, or maybe WhatsApp, whatever it is. So if you have a proper interface connected with your server, you can go ahead and develop your report in Tableau desktop and schedule via Tableau server. That will send the data to respective end users. It will be like automation workflow. Sure. So if you want to learn Tableau, you have to understand these Tableau file types. This is very interesting slide actually. If you use Excel sheet or any Word, whatever tool you are using, you should know what is the significance of that particular extension, right? Normally, if you save Excel sheet, it will get saved as a XLS or XLSX. These 2-3 extensions are CSV. If you save CSV, only one sheet will get saved, other sheet will get automatically deleted. Just for understanding. The same way, you have to use your extension very carefully. Here, Tableau has 8 different extensions. Every extension has significant difference. If you are going to use a Tableau, normally you will use TWB, which is Tableau Workbook. This is the normal extension like XLS, you can think of. Straightforward save. Whenever you are saving, it will save as a TWB file. And if you want to save with the data, whatever you are extracting data, with the data, if you want to save your Tableau, then it has to be TWBX, Tableau Workbook Packaged File actually. TWBX. So this is another extension which will actually hold your data also. Just imagine you have Excel sheet, you have data. You have another tool which is just extracting data from Excel sheet and showing in another UI. These two are separate. Data is separate, your UI is separate, our front end is separate, our visualization is separate. If you want to keep only visualization part, not data part, then you have to save TWB. If you want to save UI plus your data, then you have to save TWBX. This is the difference, right? And if you want to save only data source, then you have to save TDS, Tableau Data Source File. Similar way, you have other extension as well. I'll just go through in a very quick way. Other one is TWSX, Tableau Packaged Data Source. So it will save all your data plus your UI plus all your packaged informations like writes and other stuff, right? Then next one is TDE, Tableau Data Extract. It will hold your all data extract information, logics, right? Then TBM, Tableau bookmark extension. This is another interesting one. Whenever you have to save common information from your workbook, some kind of business logic which you copied from one place to another place to another place, then you can save in a Tableau bookmark. Tableau map source is another extension. If you are using lat long, by the way, in any of your dashboards, then you have to save Tableau map source, which is actually tms.tms, Tableau map source. Then Tableau preference is another one. This is nothing but it will save all your what can I say, look and feel of your dashboard. For example, in a corporate environment, there are, just imagine 20-30 employees working on a Tableau dashboard, sending to multiple users. They have to keep similar color, similar branding style for all their dashboards. It is very, very cumbersome activity. If we want to train 20-30 developers, what kind of font they need to use, which color they need to use, which color palette they need to use, which icon they need to use. Very, very cumbersome. For that, you can create a Tableau preference. It's a template you can think of. Template dashboard and save it. From there, any developer can retry and use it. So it will be like standard module for them. Easy for them to handle colors, size, icons, and other stuff. So this is another extension which normally getting used in an industry. TES, Tableau preference. So these are all the 8 different extension types we are using in a Tableau environment. Just a minute, my system is not working. Yeah. So next slide is what are the connection types available with Tableau? Basically 2 types, live and extract. Live means you are directly connecting your Tableau with your data source. Imagine any data source again, big data or Excel sheet or anything. You can think about any databases, any data sources. It will directly connected with Tableau. It will directly connected with those kind of data sources. Tableau is connected with those data sources. Means wherever changes happening, whenever changes happening, it will immediately get reflected in your Tableau online. Like what we discussed in a Uber Ola case, which driver is getting assigned, where he is, how he is coming. All these informations are live information, right? The same way, you can create a live connection between your Tableau and your data source. There are certain advantages, disadvantages, all these available with this kind of direct connections. The same way, you have another connection type, which is called extract. Extract is nothing but you are extracting the data, holding the data, and showing the data in your Tableau front end. So it will be bit delayed data. So where to use live connection and where to use extract connection? This is kind of call normally business takes. Hey, I need this data every second. I cannot delay whatever happening in my ground. I don't want to see after 1 day or after 30 minutes, after 1 minute also. Whenever changes is happening, I would like to understand immediately. In that case, you should go with live connection. Normally, these kind of connection getting created for large volume of data. You can directly connect with your data set. Tableau won't save any data. It will just connect with your data source. On the other side, extract connection, Tableau holds the data. It will extract the data, it will keep the data locally. From that local data only, it will show all your visualization. So it is bit delayed data. Why it is helpful? Because you will get better performance in extracted connection. There is no dependency on network, other data source, business logic, nothing. Everything is local here. So your performance is better, but you have to compromise on live. It may mean near real-time data, not real-time data, or 1 day delayed data, half day delayed data, 1 hour delayed data, something like that. You can configure accordingly. So it will extract, hold the data, and show it in view. The front end part is again similar. Whatever you are doing in a backend, give me a second. Yeah, whatever you are using in memory data, this is extracted one. Live connection means directly you are connecting data source, but there is no difference between Tableau and the user interface. Always it will connect with the Tableau. Tableau is actually dealing these connections from the backend point of view. So for user, it is nothing. It is directly Tableau viewer or Tableau desktop or Tableau online, whatever source it is, it will connect there. No problem. So next, we are entering into Tableau concepts. Without understanding what is dimension and measure, you cannot do meaningful reporting. This is for any BA tool. But it is very easy to understand. Dimension means you can imagine it may be in text or date. Measure means always it will be in number. There may be possibility number also can be a dimension in certain case. I'll give you some example later, but general scenario for understanding, easy understanding, all measures normally will be in numbers, dimensions will be in text or dates. So this is normal understanding, right? You can think about this customer name, product name, and what date and time. This is your dimension. And how many products sold, how many customers churned out, or how many new customer came in, what date, all these things are how many days, all these things are measures. So you can understand simply customer name is dimension, how many customer, how number, that means it is measure, right? So you have to understand this part, then you can go to your Tableau and very easy to drag and drop dimension and measure. But first you have to understand. Normally, Tableau itself segregating this based on this particular definition. If it finds any number, it will automatically push to measure. You have to manually move. For example, age-wise analysis, if you want to do that time, age is your dimension, right? So that time you have to manually move from dimension to measure. Sorry, measure to dimension, the age number. So these are all the things you have to understand basically. Next one is data types. These are all the data types available in Tableau. String, this is very common. Our alphabets, name, company name, or location, anything belongs to text. And date and time, these two you can think of similar kind of thing. Date is only date and time is date plus time. It is very important to understand these two because this holds actually memory internally. So if you are going to use only date, go with the date value alone. If you are going with the date and time, go select this particular data type. So you have to understand these two. Otherwise, we may get confused here. Numerical values, this is very general. Any numbers you can give. Decimal also part of numerical value here. And Boolean values, true or false, 1 or 2, 0, 1. All these things can be clubbed in Boolean values. In a Tableau environment, true or false is part of Boolean values. Here you can see. Geographic value, if we are getting any data with lat long, then automatically that will get converted as a geographic value, or that will go into that particular bucket. You no need to do anything. If it finds lat long, that specific numbers, then it will automatically go to this particular bucket. Next, parameters. Parameters, you can think about any particular environment. Just imagine this one itself. Value days, right? If I am putting any particular date, for that particular date, I have to collect all the information. Just give me a second. So if I put any values here, this value is getting converted as a parameter. This parameter you can select from your UI like this. You can select from your UI itself, and you can see here parameter. This parameter actually getting passed like a variable in your backend, and that will fetch the data. What I mean here, you can give clothes, or you can give location, you can give name, you can give anything as a parameter. That parameter is getting converted as a value. That value is getting displayed here. Whenever you are selecting that particular value, it will retrieve the data from the backend or data source. So parameter is getting widely used in Tableau. You can keep it as a list or range also. Range means 1 to 10, 20 to 30, something like that. You can keep any range value as well. It will fetch the data. It will, this list is like where condition, this range is like between condition, just for understanding. Then next topic is set and group. Set means it is actually in plus out. What I mean here, you can see France, Spain, Italy, Germany, USA. This is getting grouped in one color, and rest everything is grouped in another color. So if you want to create set and group, you can do that. Asian countries, South states, if you want to do these kind of grouping, then you can club that, right? So for that kind of activity, you can use set and group. It will do simple filtration, or it will do a high level grouping. So this is, if you want to use, you have to use set and group. This is another part, action. Action, you can just imagine, if I click here, I have to get the complete information from this particular market. I have to get how many percentage of teams, how much market value available, what are the other informations available. So if I want to click and get the information, then I have to use action. It is nothing but you are clicking and getting that information. That is called action. So this is another, whenever you are using map, normally you have to use action only. So it is very easy for end user to use this particular dashboard. Again, normally Tableau uses Mapbox, you can see here, or OpenStreetMap. This is part of Tableau offering itself. That means this is actually using third-party map solutions. So this is my last slide. I'm going to show you a quick demo on how can you use Tableau. It is like Tableau Hello World kind of program. Will run for 10 minutes approximately. Then I can take any question and answers. Just give me a second. Let me run this video. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. Just tell me if you are able to hear this audio or not.
This video, I'm going to show you how to make this interactive.
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Okay, great.
We're going to cover different methods that we can connect to data.
Yeah, I'll start.
And every time we have a new sale, let's start by looking at the data that we're going to be using for this example. We have 3 different data sources. One is for customers. We have things like the customer name, the customer ID, and where the customer is located. We have data about products. This includes the product ID, the product category, subcategory, and the product name itself. These 2 tables are both called lookup tables or dimension tables. They're tables that don't update often. Lastly, we have our invoices table. This is the table that contains all of the data that we need. This is what's called a fact table. It updates often, and every time we have a new sale, we get a new record in this data set. Let's start by describing the Tableau welcome screen. It's broken up into 3 clear sections. On the left-hand side, we have all of the different methods that we can connect to data. The To a File section represents files that would typically be on your computer, things like an Excel spreadsheet or dimension tables.
So you can, I'll just try to relate whatever we learned now. This particular table is customer table, customer master, or lookup table you can think of. This is product table, again lookup table you can think of. These 2 won't get change again and again. This kind of constant table for some time, maybe daily new customer may get added, weekly one's product may get added. So in that case, it is not necessary to create a live connection for these 2 data sets. You can extract this data, keep it in your system, keep it in your Tableau for better performance. Maybe daily once or weekly once you can refresh this data. Customer may be daily, your products may be weekly. But this is the invoice table. You should understand when this invoice is getting raised, right? So in month end, you may not afford 1 day delay also. You have to understand whenever my invoice is getting raised, I need to know from my dashboard itself. So for that, you can create a live connection with this data set. So in simple, whatever you are finding non-regular updated tables, you can use extract. Regular updates table or online table, you can go for live connections. Hope this is making sense to you.
Tables that don't update often. Lastly, we have our invoices table. This is the table that contains all of the data that we need. This is what's called a fact table. It updates often, and every time we have a new sale, we get a new record in this data set. Let's start by describing the Tableau welcome screen. It's broken up into 3 clear sections. On the left-hand side, we have all of the different methods that we can connect to data. The to a file section represents files that would typically be on your computer, things like an Excel spreadsheet or a text file. The to a server section includes all of the server-based data sources that Tableau can connect to. Click on the arrow next to more, and you can see all of those that are available. And then down the bottom, you have your saved data sources. Think of these as shortcuts to data.
You can see how many data sources it is
I created
connecting.
this channel clear sections. On the left-hand side, we have all of the different methods that we can connect to data. The to a file section represents files that would typically be on your computer, things like an Excel spreadsheet or a text file. The to a server section includes all of the server-based data sources that Tableau can connect to. Click on the arrow next to more, and you can see all of those.
So many data sources
And
this
then
can
down the
connect
bottom, you have
directly.
your saved data sources. Think of these as shortcuts to data sources that you've created. In the middle, we see our recent dashboards. For me, I have 18 because of the size of my screen. If your screen is smaller, you'll have fewer. If your screen is larger, you'll have more. On the right-hand side is information. You have access to watch tutorials created by Tableau, any recent news, and then things like signing up for the Tableau conference. Let's go ahead and connect to our data. We're going to be connecting to Excel files. So in the to a file section, choose Microsoft Excel. The first table I'm going to connect to is our customers table. Choose that table and click on open. Tableau immediately gives us a preview of the data. We don't need to do anything with this yet. Let's add our second table. Click on add connection and Microsoft Excel. Now let's bring in our invoices data. Drag sheet 1 over to the right-hand side, and you'll see Tableau creates a noodle for a relationship. We now need to define this relationship. So if you click on the noodle, you'll see this section on the bottom left-hand side. Tableau has automatically picked up the fields that it wants to link them by because they both have the same name, but you could change it if you needed to. But we also then need to look at this performance options section. And there's a section inside of that called cardinality. Our customers table has 1 record per customer, whereas our invoices table might have multiple purchases for that customer. So in our cardinality, I'm going to change the left-hand side to a 1. Let's add 1 more connection, Microsoft Excel, and we're going to pick our products table. Click on open. We're going to drag sheet 1 over to the right-hand side, but we want to make sure we connect it to that invoices data source. Again, click on the noodle, make sure your relationship is defined, product ID, Tableau automatically picked that up for us. And then in our cardinality this time, we want to do a many to 1. We're doing a many to 1 here because many represents our invoices and 1 represents our products. We have 1 row for each product. And that's all you need to do to connect to the data. Let's rename this as our sales data.
Highest paid entry job in the world is not of product manager or software developer or data analyst. Right now,
And go to sheet 1. We've connected the data. It's time to build our charts. Let's start by building some KPIs. Drag sales onto the text shelf. Drag profit on top of the number that you see in the worksheet. That's going to bring in measure names and give us a new shelf down here called measured values. We then want to bring on discount, but we want it to be our average discount. So to do that, let's right click on discount, go down to default properties, aggregation, and we want to default our discount to an average. We then want to represent this as a percentage. Right click on discount again, default properties, number format, and choose percentage to 0 decimals. Click on OK. Drag discount onto the measure value shelf. Now I want to rearrange these. I want sales to be first. So I'm going to drag sales above profit. I want my KPIs to go left to right. So I'm going to drag measure names to the columns. Click on the text shelf and then the three dots. Choose measure values, and let's set the size to something nice and big, and make it bold. Click on OK. Alignment, we're going to choose center horizontal and center vertical. And that's it. We've got our KPI sheet built. Let's rename this sheet as KPIs. Create a new worksheet. This time we're going to look at sales and profit by year. Drag order date to the columns, sales to the rows, and change the mark type from automatic to bottom. Drag profit onto column. And now we can see sales and profit by year. Right click on the header and choose hide field labels for columns. Double click on the sheet name and let's call this sales and profit by year. Create a new sheet. Now we want to look at sales, profit, and discount by month. Right click and drag order date to the columns and choose continuous months. Click on OK. Drag sales to the rows. Drag profit to the rows and drag average discount to the rows. For profit, sometimes profit is positive or negative. So on the marks card, choose the profit option and change the mark type from automatic to a bar. Click on color, borders, and white. Then drag profit onto color. And now it's much easier to see which months were profitable and which ones were not. Let's rename this sheet KPIs by month. Create a new sheet. This time we're going to create a map. Double click on country, double click on state, and we get the US. Let's drag profit onto color. Right click in the map and choose background layers. Drag the washout all the way over to 100%. Right click on that sheet again and choose format. Choose the border options, set the row divider to none, and the column divider to none. Let's rename this sheet profit by state. One more sheet. We're going to look at sales and discount by product. Drag subcategory to the rows, sales to the columns. Click on the sort descending button to sort descending by sales, and drag profit onto the color shelf. And immediately we see that tables is in our top 5 for sales, but it's unprofitable. We'll look into that a bit more in the dashboard. Right click on subcategory above the rows and choose hide field labels for rows. Let's rename the sheet sales and profit by product. Okay, we've got our sheets built. Let's go ahead and put together our dashboard. Click on the new dashboard tab. I'm going to resize my dashboard to be 1200 by 850. Bottom, tick the option that says show dashboard title. Double click on that text box. Let's call it our KPI performance dashboard. Select all of the text. Let's make it nice and big and bold. Click on OK. I'm going to make sure that my title is separated from the rest of the dashboard. I'm going to drag in a blank underneath of the KPI performance title and inside of that container. Use the drop down and edit height. Let's make it 10 pixels high. Go to the layout tab and set our background to black. And now we have a nice divider between the title and the rest of the dashboard. Now we need to start fitting in our sheets. Drag in a horizontal container into that same container with the line and the title, but put it below the line.
This one virus is killing your business, and that virus is
Next, we need to drag in our KPIs. Be careful with this to make sure you get it below the line. Right click on the title and choose hide title. Change the view from standard to entire view. Use the more options drop down and let's edit the height and set it to 7. Let's format this table a bit. Right click anywhere in the table and choose format. Go to the borders, set your row divider to none. Let's then make sure we have that object selected. Go to the layout tab. Let's set a black border. And now we have a nice little box that represents our KPIs. Drag in a horizontal container underneath of our KPI sheet. We want to put our yearly sales and profit next to our line charts. Drag sales and profit by year into that horizontal container. Drag KPIs by month into that horizontal container on the right-hand side. Let's now drag in another horizontal container below that horizontal. This one's going to contain our profit by state map, and then drag in the sales and profit by product sheet. All of my titles in my dashboard are a bit too big. So I'm going to go up to Format on the menu and choose Workbook. I'm going to change Workbook title size to 12. And while I'm here, I'm going to get rid of all of my grid lines. So down below, I'm going to set my grid lines from automatic to off. Close the format window. Now we have this blank object down the bottom, so let's go ahead and remove that if it exists. We also don't need this color legend on the right-hand side. Choose to remove it from the dashboard, and then click on Delete Containers. Now we're pretty much done with our dashboard. The last thing we need to do is add a bit of an activity. So for each of these sheets, click on the Use as Filter option. Go to the KPIs by month, Use as Filter. Profit by state, Use as Filter. Sales by product, Use as Filter. Now, when I click on a year, say 2022, everything will update to 2022. If I click on a month, December 2021, everything will update to December 2021. If I click on tables, we can see where all of the problems exist with our tables. Okay, so to recap, we've gone through the Tableau welcome screen, we've connected to the data, we've built our charts, and we've built our dashboard, and we've added our interactivity. The last two steps are to publish this up to Tableau server and then share it. On the server menu at the top, choose Sign In. I'm going to pick my Tableau server and connect. Go back up to server and choose Publish Workbook. Now, if you're publishing up to Tableau server, you have the option whether you want to create an extract or not. For my example, I'm going to choose Publish without extract. I need to pick a location where I want this to be stored. Let's choose Default. Give the workbook a name, KPI Performance, Dashboard, and click on Publish. Once this is done publishing, you'll see it pop up in the browser. You can then share the workbook, copy the link, and if I share that with somebody that has access to it, they can paste in the link or click in the link if you send them an email. It'll automatically bring them to that worksheet. They can click on the dashboard. When it's done loading, they have all of the same interactivity that you built into the workbook. They can click on 2019 and filter to 2019. They can choose California and filter to California. If they choose tables, they then filter to tables. Click on New York and then filter to tables in New York. And that's all there is to it. I hope you found that.
Yeah, hope this video covers whatever we learned till now. This is a very nice video to get it. What is the crisp about Tableau? How we can start using Tableau? Whatever you've seen till now, he's not using much of efforts. He's just doing drag and drop and creating these kind of dashboards, right? So basically, this tool is very, very easy to use. Tool. Yeah, I'm done with my presentation. If you have any questions, I'm